Husqvarna 701 Enduro. Review Potent single-cylinder engine. In 2015, Husqvarna were back in business with the 701 Supermoto and Enduro, the resurgent firm's first offering to the street bike market under KTM management. As the 701 Supermoto is a version of the KTM 690 SMC R, the 701 Enduro is the KTM 690 Enduro. It does away with the Supermoto 17 inches wheels and gets a 21 incher up front and 18 inches rear with Continental TKC80s as standard. Husky has employed the 690 as a donor bike and made 3 major tweaks to its engine maps, suspension, and bodywork. Husqvarna claimed the changes steer the 701 away from KTM's ready-to-race mantra and make it more accessible, comfortable, and enjoyable for the everyday rider. And Husqvarna have succeeded in their aim. By softening the suspension and making the throttle more predictable, the Enduro has become more usable, which in turn makes it more fun. It's the ultimate big boy's toy. Ride quality and brakes. The Enduro gets a different front fork with 275mm of travel. It's a closed cartridge WP4CS unit that's lighter than a conventional USD fork and used by competition models. It's softer than the Supermoto fork, but both bikes have easily adjustable rebound and compression damping and share the same rear monoshock with rebound, compression, and preload adjustment. The Enduro also swaps the 4-pot front caliper for a twin-pot. The KTM 690 Enduro is an excellent and extremely capable off-roader, and the Husqvarna is no different. It's just as much of a weapon, except with smoother fuel maps, and its new softer fork makes it easier to handle, so you don't need to be an off-road god to ride it. Despite its long travel, the front fork does a commendable job of stiffening under hard braking. The brakes are assisted by the latest Bosch 9.1 MP ABS, which can be disabled completely via a button on the dash. And the bodywork has been altered for comfort, with rubber-mounted handlebars, a more comfortable seat, and there's an extra liter of fuel, taking the tank up to 13 liters. Engine. It's the same potent 690 cubic centimeters single-cylinder motor pumping out 67 brake horsepower and 50 FTLB. The Husky gets 3 fuel maps, soft, advanced and standard. There's also an A2 license option. The maps are smoother and less aggressive than the 690s with a less snappy throttle response. Wrap your fingers round the throttle, tighten your knees on the grippy fairings and wind on the throttle, it's impossible not to grin. The torquey engine is urgent and borderline brutal in such a lightweight chassis. It manically propels you forward, seemingly topping a ton in an instant. Reliability and build quality. The 701 comes with sweet finishing touches such as LED lights and smart branding. It's cleverly thought out, the build quality looks spot on, and overall it's impressive. Our Husqvarna 701 Enduro owners' reviews report a common problem with the clutch slave cylinder failure that also affects the KTM 690 models. Value versus rivals. This is no everyday bike, it's an impractical, yet excessively exciting toy, and I love it. It's a slightly softer option than the KTM, but with the same power and torque. So for the same £8,999 price as the KTM, you get all the rip-roaring, shoulder-tugging fun, except it's easier to ride and handle, with a bigger fuel tank and the Husqvarna badge.